Nearly 16,000 children in the United States are diagnosed with cancer each year. And the battle can be as unbearable for the parents as it is for the kids.
I saw parents crumple to the floor when they got bad news. Parents sobbing in the hallways. I saw children suffering, and that will never leave me.
Meet a mom who did everything in her power to make sure her daughter defied the odds when doctors said all hope was lost.
We weren't willing to lose our only child.
Who is this modern hero?
I'm Kari Whitehead, and this is my story.
Kari is a dietitian and nutritional expert whose career focuses on guiding parents to raise strong, healthy kids.
I fell in love with it. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to help people understand how to live a healthier life. And I really wanted to educate, but then I got more interested in research.
Did you always want to be a mom?
I did. I always imagined myself being married and having a couple of children.
Kari and her husband Tom welcomed their daughter Emily on May 2nd, 2005. And from the second they laid eyes on her, they knew they'd do anything to protect their little girl.
I was so excited to meet her, and she was just this amazing, tiny little baby.
And what were your hopes and dreams for her when she was first born?
Really just be happy and healthy. We wanted to encourage her to do whatever she wanted to do.
But soon after her 5th birthday, everything changed when Kari noticed some small bruises on Emily's legs. Over the next 2 weeks, the bruises began to get bigger and break out all over her body. She also started to experience nosebleeds and bleeding gums.
I started to feel like something was really wrong. I just wasn't sure what it was. So I sent a text to my sister who's a nurse, and I said, "What do you think of these symptoms?" She called me and said that Emily has the hallmark signs of leukemia.
Sadly, a trip to the pediatrician confirmed their worst fears, and life as they knew it was over.
When the doctor told me it looks like leukemia, I could see her mouth moving, but I couldn't hear what she was saying because I just heard my heart beating and the blood rushing, and it was like happening in slow motion.
Emily was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the most common form of childhood cancer with a cure rate of 85 to 90%. But fighting it required 26 months of intense chemotherapy.
I thought if we could just get through that, then everything is going to be okay and we can put this behind us.
16 months into treatment, things took a turn for the worse. Emily relapsed and was no longer responding to chemo. She was given less than a 30% chance of survival.
Hearing that was worse than hearing the original diagnosis, because by that time we were familiar with a lot of other families, and we had met families whose children had relapsed, and we knew what happened.
A bone marrow transplant was Emily's best chance, and while doctors were able to get her back into remission temporarily, she relapsed again just weeks before the procedure and became resistant to all forms of treatment.
That point that's when they said, "Unfortunately, we've run out of options to treat Emily. It's probably time to take her home on hospice, and she has a few weeks to live." Our instinct was telling us that we needed to go get another opinion. We weren't willing to lose our only child.
Kari sought alternative treatments and found a revolutionary new option called CAR T-cell therapy, which uses a patient's own immune system to battle the disease. And Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, also known as CHOP, was set to run the first clinical trial in the United States.
I kept thinking about T-cell therapy. I was reading more and more about it, and I thought, this makes sense, using your immune system to fight cancer. That's the something different we're looking for. And so we called CHOP, and they said, well, actually, the T-cell therapy trial has just opened. It's now enrolling patients.
No way.
It opened at exactly the right time that she needed it. They told us that it had not been tried on a child before, or in Emily's type of leukemia. It had only been tried on 3 men before Emily, but it had worked in 2 out of 3 men.
Doctors began filtering T cells from Emily's blood and sent them to the lab for genetic modification, with the hope they'd attack the cancer cells when they were injected back into her body over the course of 3 days. But the treatment caused Emily to spike 105-degree fever, experience hallucinations, as well as a severe drop in blood pressure.
She was very sick. The doctor said that children in her situation, she has a 1 in 1,000 chance of making it through the night. I remember sitting on the bed in her hospital room, and I just thought, I don't feel like this is it. I don't feel like this is the end for some reason.
Doctors worked around the clock in a final attempt to save Emily's life.
When do things start to turn around?
Her doctors and researchers identified a protein that was really high, and were able to find a drug that targeted that protein that would bring that protein down. And within a couple of hours of administering that medication, she started to turn around, which was incredible.
Like night and day?
It was night and day. We still didn't know at that point if the T cells were working, if they had killed her cancer. It was about 3 weeks after she received the T cells, and they told us that they could not find a cancer cell in her body.
You finally got to hear the words you've wanted all along. What was
Yeah.
that moment like?
I thought maybe I was dreaming at that point, because I wanted to hear that for so long. For a phase 1 clinical trial to work like this is really amazing. And I just couldn't believe that she was finally in remission after everything she had been through. So we had incredible support.
Emily went back to school that fall like any other second grader, except now she was the international face for a revolutionary new cancer treatment.
We had reporters calling us from all over the world wanting to interview us and wanting to know more about Emily's story, including the New York Times, which put her story on the cover. We started getting calls from parents all over the world. Parents who were in the same situation as we were. They were just told that their child isn't going to make it.
So Kari, Tom, and Emily started the Kari Whitehead Foundation in 2015.
Pediatric cancer research is vastly underfunded, and so we wanted to do something about it. We wanted to fund treatments like the T-cell therapy that are more targeted and less toxic, so that children don't have the lifelong effects from chemotherapy and radiation.
Because of Emily's story, hundreds of people have been treated with T-cell therapy. And to date, an incredible 90% have gone into remission. These statistics inspire the Whiteheads to keep raising awareness for pediatric cancer.
The story needed to be told. I wanted people to know what was happening. We wanted to show Emily that you can make a positive experience out of a challenge in life. And we wanted her to learn from this experience.
Emily is now a happy and healthy 12-year-old and has been cancer-free for 5 years.
Do you feel like you're telling me about somebody else's life, that this whole thing is just still so surreal?
Definitely. We'll never take any day for granted. I mean, we're just really enjoying the time that we have now. Tom and I, we do this thing where we put Emily in the middle and we kind of hug her and call it a parent sandwich, which is really embarrassing for her when we do it in public. But she just kind of laughs, because I think that she realizes that we're different than a lot of families.
And Kari is honored to have a daughter she calls her hero.
Emily's definitely my hero. She's such an amazing person. She teaches me things every day. She keeps me positive. I can't wait to see what she does when she's older.
So how do you feel about being nominated as a modern hero?
At first, I didn't feel like I was the modern hero. I thought, well, Emily is the hero. She's the one who fought cancer. Then I thought, well, the way that I define modern hero is somebody who takes a challenge in life and does something amazing with it. So that's what we're doing. is we took this challenge, trying to make a positive impact, and in part we're doing that to show Emily that this is what you do. Life is going to give you challenges. It's not always going to be easy, but it's what you do with that makes a difference.
What did you learn about your ability to find strength in yourself and help your family?
I never would have called myself a strong person. I didn't really think that I was, but you just have to be a strong person when you're a mom.
Follow Modern Hero TV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.